I'm Luke Summerhaze.
I am James J. Miles.
I'm Andrew Rice.
James the Jaster Stewart.
And you're listening to Monster Mash.
On this week's episode, we are hunting the Dah'ren Mohran.
Ooh.
It's now the mash. It's now the monster mash.
Colossal elder dragons that swim through the great desert, smashing obstacles with their spiral horns. Their unique colour comes from the thick layer of oxidized metals and other rare minerals that lodge in their hides over their long lives.
That's quite a cool feature.
That makes sense as well, considering you can actually mine it. So
yeah.
So right off the bat then, does that mean that a Dah'ren Mohran is just a Gen Mohran that's...
we're not
got all
talking
the
about the
sport
Gen
and stuff
Mohran this
stuck
week.
to it?
And if you mention the Daleks, I swear to God.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it's obviously...
This is like an older... Like, I wonder if it's like just an older Gen Mohran.
It's got a really different
Civilized.
horns.
Yeah, the horn's totally
so
different.
it's
yeah.
different species, but it's definitely similar.
I think this fight is really, really cool. And I think they knew it as well because they open for you with you encountering this guy.
Yeah.
Chasing the
Chasing the hat, that's right. Yeah, you need to get the Carabineer's hat, that's right. Yeah.
That is a very cool opening to the game, actually.
Yeah, I enjoyed that as well.
Like, this is such a cinematic monster, which makes it so weird that it's in a game which has only ever been on handheld.
Yeah, but it's also the one that is the most sort of
I
focused.
think the 4th generation is the only generation that's like exclusively on handheld console, and it's the one with all of this sort of thing, which is just mad.
True.
Mm-hmm.
True that.
Very, very ambitious. Very ambitious.
Oh god, yeah.
Can definitely tell it's the same team that are doing Monster Hunter World because they're opening basically Monster Hunter World with the similar thing. You're on top of the one of the new Elder Dragons.
Oh, there you go then.
That's very cool.
So yeah, the Dah'ren Mohran then, as you mentioned, is an Elder Dragon. He is a big fucking sand whale thing.
Narwhal.
Big alligator, whale, narwhal.
Big old horn.
Yeah. I do really like his design. Once you see his whole body, he does look a little goofy with his like little stubby arms.
Yeah.
Mm.
Especially if he's like waddling towards you and then like the kind of final showdown. He's just like advancing very slowly because he can only
Does he have more than 2 arms, or has he only got? Has he got 4, or has he got 2?
I don't actually know what he's got at the back.
Just 2 fins,
Yeah,
I
I
think.
think he just has the 2 that he sort of kind of drags himself forward with, doesn't he, like a seal?
I really hope he goes harp 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 as he walks along to you.
Does a little clap.
Yeah.
Goes meow 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 meow.
But I really love the design on the front of him, like that big. He reminds me a lot of various kaiju. Like there's been monsters in Gamera and in Pacific Rim with that sort of very big front sort of sword on their face look. It's a very cool look.
Especially when he jumps out of the sand and like spirals over you with like the horn. Kind of, it's such a cool visual when he does that.
I get a bit of like an alligator like vibe from him as well though. And he's got some movesets that are like that because he does when he's in the sand and you're on top of him, he does the full rotation like an alligator roll.
Yeah, where the alligator bites on and just spins.
Yeah.
Although I can't imagine there being any prey that the Dah'ren Mohran has to spin to get a bite out of.
It's
Another Elder Dragon. Like Crimson Vitalis or something.
But he's a very cool fight. And he's also, again, very Monster Hunter 4U in that he's built around climbing on him. And this was the game that introduced the mountain mechanic.
I don't know. I mean, I know you're on him, but like, you were on the Gen, weren't you? I mean, I know we're not talking about.
Yeah, you jumped on the Gen.
Oh, okay.
Shut up!
I mean, I never got far enough in 3 to fight the Gen, like, not even close.
Yeah.
So, like, for you two, does that make the Dah'ren Mohran a little bit less exciting?
Yeah, he didn't lack the sort of. He didn't have the same kind of spectacle in that respect because it did just feel kind of like a slightly easier version, if anything.
Okay.
They did make like Gen Mohran feel a bit more special as well because you had like it would only pop up during certain events.
Yeah, and then Darren's just.
Oh yeah, they don't really do that anymore, do they?
Yeah, and they don't do that anymore. So.
But then I suppose if they've literally opened the game with him, so they're not going to open with their most exciting monster.
True.
So it makes sense that he's like a bit of a like if he was a brand new Elder Dragon and you got to see him in the opening of the game, you'd feel a bit shortchanged when you got to the end of the game and there wasn't like a new one for you.
Yeah.
So I guess it makes sense that they've used a sort of basically a subspecies.
I think the Dah'ren Mohran fight, more than most of the other Elder Dragons, really sends across the message of them being this like big massive threat, because they talk about at the start, we've got to get this monster away. It's going to level Valhabar if we don't get this monster away. And that's obviously what you're doing during the quest, is you're out on the sand skiffs, to beat that monster. And am I not right in saying that when he's coming towards you at the end, like behind you is Valhabar, like when you're in the final showdown? It's like it's like the
yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
And he's like advancing towards you. And you're obviously going to level the town if you don't stop him there and then. And like the fact that the only thing you can do only major thing you can do to damage him, you have to use cannons and ballistas, and occasionally you'll be able to get on him and do some damage, but the real damage comes from using those cannons, ballistas, and of course, if you can get it, the Dragonator.
Well, I think you still can do quite a bit to his legs. Like his legs are like big damage centers. So one thing that I was doing a lot in that quest is I was attacking his legs, because each of those break, and then when he's walking around, then you can sort of trip him by hitting them. So yeah, he's still quite susceptible, but I definitely think the fact that you are using the cannons and the ballista really sort of enforce that he's a big deal.
It makes him a boss fight in sort of a very gamey way.
Yeah.
Where you're not really using the normal mechanics, and it's very sort of scripted and closed arena and stuff.
It reminds me of.
But it is a cool fight.
Reminds me of the Carcos as well, because I feel you spend a lot of time with the ballistas when you're fighting the Carcos.
Yeah, once he's in the water, you can't really get to him.
Yeah, and the same with, to a lesser extent, but you do use the ballistas as well on, was it Amatsu? Like the...
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he flies away.
Genuinely completely forgotten about Amatsu.
It's like 4 episodes ago.
Yeah, but that was a long time in human hours.
Okay, yeah, in human hours.
Human hours.
You really do sound like a furry now.
Oh dear. But yeah, like going back to what Jay was saying, he's like all of the Elder Dragons. The idea is like if you don't kill this thing, it will destroy like the town. But with the Dah'ren Mohran, the reason he's so dangerous is just because he's fucking huge.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have any particularly impressive like elemental power or anything. He's massive and he will keep going forwards. And if a town's in his way, it's no difference to him than if there was just some more sand.
Yeah, should have fucking moved it.
I feel like it's got to be like a full-time job for like certain hunters, like just keeping away the Dah'ren Mohran.
Oh, there can't be that many
Like
of
from the
them,
towns.
surely.
Yeah.
No, but there's like one's enough, is what I'm saying.
Well, there's
One's
there's
not enough for a full-time job. I mean, like,
there's a
once it's done,
isn't
it's
there
done.
like? Don't they talk about in 4U? There is just like an organisation whose job is just to watch the Elder Dragons.
Yeah, what they call the Dragon Watch, isn't it? Like something like that. Like I'm sure that's a real thing.
Yeah, so like someone is in charge of like keeping track of them, but then they just get whoever's the nearest hunters to come and get rid of them.
Yeah, and then they would just warn if they
Well, they
get too
talk
close.
about
yeah.
in the quest we did, the higher rank one, that they're sending a fleet of ships after it. So I'm assuming you must be like one who's managed to get close to them, and then eventually
Yeah,
the
no one's
Dah'ren-
doing any fucking work.
Yeah, we're the ones who did the job. But maybe before you got to them, like some people had already, used all their ballista ammo and cannon ammo against them, and they've had to fall back.
Well, maybe they had to if they're spread out across the desert, and you're the only one who finds him.
I reckon they're just.
Because I mean, it's not like they've got aeroplanes and drones and tracking devices or whatever. It's someone in a balloon has spotted him,
mate, they've
giving
got
you a vague
paintballs.
idea.
Long range hunting maneuver, like an attack.
Look,
on
they've got paintballs that can track it fucking anywhere.
Okay, Andy.
It's the one thing you've always got to do when you fight a Dah'ren. So it never gets away.
Where'd it go?
Oh, it's in the area.
That's you're talking about the fight feeling very gamey, but it literally has like a final showdown mode of the fight, which does any other
yeah.
monster have that at all?
I like that. It's a good set.
I like it, don't get me wrong, but it is.
I mean, kind of. It's also a bit shit. Like, it appears to be that your ship has been like trashed, is it not? Or are you?
You never actually
literally
get to
just-
see that.
Yeah. Like, how did I end up here?
Oh, they could definitely make
Maybe
it like
just
10
park.
times better. It could definitely make it 10 times better if like you were the only ship that that slows down to go into the final showdown, and you've got a bunch of other hunters like alongside you, and everyone's just like pounding it with ballistas.
It's like a 32-player hunt at that point.
It worked well on like one of the hunts, because I'm sure me and Jas did one where we did spend a long time. We had to use the Dragonator during that.
I've done a Dah'ren Mohran review as well, Jay.
Maybe in that one actually.
And yeah, it went on a lot longer with two of us than it does with four.
Yeah, and then eventually, like when you did get to that stage, you did feel like your ship was barely hanging on, so it came across a bit better. But when we've got, two guys kitted out in full G rank gear, 4 of us attacking them, we all know what we're doing. It doesn't come across as as epic as the game wants it to feel.
Yeah. That's it. They need to get that matchmaking thing that was in Resi 6, where your games just happen to coincide at the same time. It's good.
One really cool thing I like about the Dah'ren Mohran is that they used him as one of the monsters that turns up in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
I was watching the cutscenes today.
It's so ridiculous, right? Like
fucking just Ryu like uppercutting it to death.
Shoryukens it, and then he launches it into the sky, and Hulk comes down and just crushes its spine. It's incredible.
Although it does make sense that they've chosen it to fight Hulk, because it reminds me of when he fights that whale thing in Avengers.
Yeah.
Although the fact that they've put so much effort into putting the Dah'ren Mohran front and center in their Marvel vs. Capcom game, making a big HD model of it, I wonder if he's gonna put in an appearance in a World by any chance.
I think it was just because they used Valhabar for whatever reason as the
maybe
the location, and that's when you think of a monster to go with that location, you would think the Dah'ren Mohran, obviously. But you never know. I think it would be a very odd choice if this guy of all monsters turns up in World, but you don't know.
I am hoping for mostly new monsters, to be fair.
Yeah.
Just so we can squeeze out maximum content.
Anyway.
So that's the only reason I want more content from a card. 7 returning, no, get 'em away! New monsters instead.
Don't they understand their core audience? Oh, record months on the podcasts.
Look at your nose. Check your nose, fam. You donut. Nose long like garden hose.
Its name seems pretty interesting. Like, does it mean anything at all? Did you look that up?
It's
so
Dah'ren.
Is that his name?
The name Dah'ren.
I have given it a little Google, and the theory on the wiki is that the word Moran comes from the word moraine, which is a rocky accumulation of debris left by a glacier.
Okay.
Which sort of makes sense, because he's just a slow force that ploughs through, like a glacier, leaving a ravine, and he is covered in rocks, what he's collected along the way. But yeah, I think the Dah'ren, and they put like the little
like the apostrophe.
A little apostrophe in it, like a fucking elven name or something.
yeah.
Is it not Middle Eastern?
I think they said they added that because they wanted to make sure people weren't going to call it Dah'ren Mohran. They do anyway. Because you're never just going to leave a little kind of space like, or a pause between you say Dah'ren Mohran. Like, no. It's Dah'ren. Join Steve.
But yeah, it's given it a sort of a very weird and fantastical name, which suits for sort of a very old Elder Dragon-y force of nature sort of monster.
There we go. As Andy said, next week we're hunting a big cunt. It's the Dalamather. So join us for that one.
Oh, if you've enjoyed this, you can follow us on Twitter at Monster Mash Pod. We're also on Facebook, YouTube, iTunes. Just search for Monster Mash Podcast. And if enough of you do that, I might bother to go back to posting them on Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, God.
But other than that, yeah, just thanks for listening. Keep it up. Let your mates know. And
please tweet at AndyMan949 pictures of your brutal horn. And until then, thank you for listening.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Oh shit, cutscene. Forgot we get these.
I'm on a boat, motherfucker. Take a look at me.
I'm gonna pass, thanks.
Straight sailing on a boat on the desert sands.
Look at this. I'm the main one in the cutscenes too.
Oh, shit, for that
Boats and
rock.
hoes, boats and hoes. Guys, why the fuck are we watching this whole cutscene?
Cause
Me and Jay.
it's fucking.
And also 'cause it's the cast, mate.
Oh wait, yeah,
It's
of
the
course he
cast.
hasn't fucking played it before, is he?
Well,
I
me and
fought
Jay
this
have
guy
done.
in low rank, but I wasn't sure if this would be any different.
There's an extra phase, I think, but
Ah, cool.
not too much different.
Hey, he crashed into our boat.
Oh no.
Whee!
Oh, look
Wanker.
at
Hey,
those.
look at all these wankers falling off.
But now we're still on the boat.
No, we're inside the boat now. Even more exciting.
Does somebody want to take the bombs that are
I'll
good
get
with
the
the
bind
bombs?
on.
What are you doing?
We're gonna have to remember how to do everything now.
There was free stuff. in
At least
the
you've
boat.
got it in English.
So long since I fought one of these though.
Hello, you big fucking whale.
What are we aiming for first? Is it like the
big whales are
His face.
looking at
His
that.
face.
Where the whales getting, when the whale walks in with a little
Oh,
bit of
shit.
waist and a round whale in your face.
Smack him in the schnoz.
Oh, so allow us to climb on him. Let's go.
Already?
Nice.
Let's go.
Hey, ho.
Oh, no, he's not.
Shit.
No, he's
Missed
not.
It, missed it.
Fuck! Oh wait, I'm on him.
Ah, screw you guys. I'm on the boat. It's fine, I'll just keep smashing his leg from on the boat.
Doing a good job, Andy.
I'm not actually, I'm not even fucking hitting him.
Yes, we broke it. Nice.
I wonder if I can vault from the top. Oh,
Nope.
I can mine
there's
him
a
though.
wall.
Where can you mine him?
There's a little minus point. It's
Oh,
on the
yeah.
back.
Uh, On my screen there, Luke just like walked like in the air.
Yeah, it
He's
gets all
walking in the
these things
air.
look crazy. when
Maybe the,
everyone's on the back.
The actual monster's not animated the same for both of us.
Ah, shit, fell in the sand.
Same. That's quite funky though.
When did it use the Dragonator on him?
When he's at the front.
Cool, thanks, Andy.
So the Dragonairs at the front of the boat.
Ipso ergo sum.
Should have been gonging that there so we doesn't run into the fucking boat.
I mean, I'm never on gong duty, so I always get in trouble when I do it wrong.
Gongo. They drink it in the
You only,
Congo.
you only had it like when he's going to ram into the boat, so it stops taking damage.
And shoot him with the Dave Bautista. I tweeted at Batista, he never replied.
What did you say?
Said I saw a baby at work today that looked like you.
I wonder
The
why.
baby even have the tattoos and everything.
No, unfortunately not. Just looked a bit like Batista.
Excellent.
It was the day after I saw Blade Runner, so I had Batista on the mind.
Oh fuck, he broke one of the ballistas.
Wait, is he in that?
We need the dragon bombs and
Yeah,
barrel bombs.
Who's he in that?
he's the fucking replicant right at the start.
Oh, don't remember. Oh, the guy in the house.
Yeah, the guy who's farming the bugs.
Oh, okay. So I don't know what he looks like really. So
Oh shit,
He's
we...
Drax, isn't it?
yeah, but I mean, funny enough, Drax doesn't look like that.
Oh, did we talk about the Dalexes in the Small Monster cast?
I assume so.
I don't think we
If
did.
they're in,
No, wait, no, because they're not in.
they're not in Generations.
Are we going to talk about them during this? Because they hop on the boat during this.
No.
No, we'll talk about them in the
Keep
next
them.
Small Monsters episode.
Keep them for the exclusive Daleks episode.
We'll talk about them in the Patreon bonus episode.
Oh dear.
Things on our boat.
Oh, it's good. why do we cast at this time of night, man?
Well, because you only come home at fucking 9 o'clock.
I was actually home at 20 to 9.
Well, you didn't fucking come online, did you?
I was having to cook food because I didn't want to cast
Do you
Tired.
guys say you can do that?
tired and I don't need your permission, Andrew Rice. Food
fucking
master
do.
Andrew Rice.
That's it.
That's Andy's kink. decided whether or not Jay could eat.
Look, the man needs telling what to do. He can't live his own life.
I'm a loose cannon.
Exactly. Right, first eating at 9 o'clock, then when he's going to eat next? Fucking 3 a.m? Fucking mental.
Actually, we made a 3 a.m. next time. That'd be really nice.
I mean, you should be asleep at that time, so.
Say 3 a.m. salmon.
I'm
Sandwich!
sure he did salmon. Mate, what
Yes,
are you thinking about salmon?
Fucking
Can't get a good night's sleep without a 3 a.m. salmon.
He keeps it by the bed so it's easy to get.
Just eat it raw like fucking Gollum.
Like literally a whole fish, not even a fillet. Just.
Did you not hear me like gnawing on one at the first meet up like 3 a.m.?
He's got a fucking waterbed with salmon like swimming in it.
Just puncture a hole in the waterbed and pull out a tasty salmon.
Oh, I'm out of cannibals. I'm out of cannibals, lads.
I think we are at cannibals, yeah.
If you're wondering, lads, just jumping off the boat and doing a jump attack at him is not a useful tactic.
Thanks for clarifying.
Thanks for finding that out for us.
I really thought you were going to mount him, so I'm disappointed to hear otherwise. Oh, who didn't use the gong? Oh, he used the gong inappropriately.
There's nothing worse than it. Oh, can we hop on him? Oh, we can hop on him!
Yeah, boy, let's get on it. Jump on it, jump on it. Jump, jump, jump. No, you can't hold A in this game.
Yep.
No. Gotta tap it like a fucking cuck.
And the fucking target cameras. You will face the other way.
Kill the spike, kill the spike.
Yes!
Yay! We are the spike wankers.
What can you do with this little node?
Nothing.
You
Mine
just
it.
attack the node.
Just the node.
Go for a boat, little fish.
Don't even talk about the fish. So
Remember this like thing that we're attacking your brakes for so you can get to these like close up these
Yep.
space?
I'm assuming so because it's bleeding rather than just bouncing. Oh shit, we're gonna get rocked off here, aren't we? No?
Rock the Dah'ren, don't rock the Dah'ren, baby. Rock the Dah'ren, don't tip the Dah'ren over.
Does it like don't tip the Dah'ren Mohran like it's our server?
There we go.
You what?
Forget it. It's
Like he's our server.
our waiter, whatever the word would be.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like a computer bank.
I thought he said shower, so I don't know what the fuck.
You
This
also
is
thought I
why
said
we
salmon,
love to
so let's not go
cast.
into this.
Past 10 o'clock.
What else can we attack up here? Is that it?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Doesn't bomb in his horn.
Alright, I gave his fin a little slice from here on the boat,
Can you
so
do that?
you're welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate it. When do we get chucked off this thing?
Whenever we fancy.
Whenever we fancy, he's not close to the
There we
boat.
go.
Oh no!
Oh,
Get back on the boat, get back on the boat. Get
Oh,
back
I'm back on him! I'm back on him! Oh, what's happening?
Spinning around like an alligator though.
spinning
I'm on him still.
around.
Help me!
Ooh, I don't feel like coming down.
It's beautiful.
It's in Dah'ren.
Is there anyone who can attack you? Can I attack this? Yes, I can.
You
Nice.
can attack whatever you want, mate. Just do what you want. Oh, you're on the
You
back bit
managed
as
to
well.
stay on
Nice.
that, that's crazy.
He just rolled over and I was in the sand and it didn't like pull me under.
Kids got
Just,
no respect for physics. That's the problem.
Oh no! Now he just fucked me up. Yep. Now I've been fucked up.
Hey.
He took off
Can
half
you
my
attack
health.
it? Yes, you can.
Yeah, I got to the very back there. That was cool.
We got everybody.
Oh, shit.
It's time to move your body.
Don't even have to do the first phase Dragonator idol.
Did not.
No, it's pretty shit.
Right. What's the best thing to do at this stage? Because I've just rubbed him.
No, stop
Run
running
at
towards
him
it.
and hit him with your sword.
Yeah, no, it's not because you can't actually get to him right now.
Do we have any ballistic ammo?
I mean,
I guess
anything
it's
you've
everything
picked
yeah,
up before, and
Oh, what invisible wall?
yeah, I did tell you.
Shit, you.
Problem
No
with this
explanation.
Monster Hunter, no fucking realism.
Oh no, I hit his nose a little bit.
The thing though, if you knock him back though, he's going to go back behind the invisible wall.
Ah, he fell on me. It hurt.
Oh,
I'm gonna come back to you, lads.
it's not a hunt unless it gets hurt.
Well, I didn't see any of you having the cojones to run up to the Dah'ren Mohran.
No, because I knew I wouldn't be able to fucking get to him.
I did. I slapped him a bit.
Yeah, a little bit. For fucking like 2 damage.
How dare you?
Oh, it's actually starting to feel quite cool in there. It's pretty nice and refreshing.
It is definitely not cool in any room that you're in.
Oh,
So coming on, I was about to move and I did.
Where the party at?
oh, he didn't like
Where
that.
I at?
Big narwhal cunt.
Cannon away, no way.
Was it not like a really, I say really, relatively
He's stunned there.
Popular-
You can carve him
and-
at that point, I think.
popular internet song about narwhals?
I remember it being a thing. I think it was Weeble stuff.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
it
a
was,
lot
yeah.
of shit on the internet, so...
Yeah, such as every post by AndyMan949.
Oh,
I shouldn't go for that angle though. Got the bind.
That you doing a wolf howl here, Andy?
I was trying to go for air horn.
That's his
but,
new thing.
He's a furry now.
Yeah. I'd like you to address me by my wolf name.
Should probably start using the cannons now, right?
Yeah, I got him
Just
right in
in
the face.
face.
Oh, he's dead.
Well, he's dead.
I think we'll be alright, lads. I think.
Don't even
we'll be
need the
alright.
Dragonator on any of the phases.
Don't
Jesus.
even need it. Shit! Fucking shit, Dragonator!
Right, where are the carbon points? Like just
It's
below
like
his
a low
arm.
rank. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like. Well, is it high? No, maybe higher rank, innit?
Yeah, it's high rank.
7-star, yeah.
Like a low rank one.
No, we just fucked him up. It's like, you know, doing cat noises and wolf noises.
Meow meow meow.
Look, I'll do whatever noise I fancy. I ain't tied to your fucking choice of noises.
Got a brutal horn. Yeah, tell me about it.
It's in your eyes.
What? Luke's brutal horn.